Hey friends, so the budget you are about to see is our actual numbers. However, it is not the program that we use for our actual personal financial budgeting. We use a budgeting software called You Need a Budget, otherwise known as YNAB. And I'm gonna go ahead and link some information down below in the description box. If you decide you would like to give YNAB a try, you get a 34-day free trial. And then if you use the referral link that's down there, if you decide to sign up, you will get an additional free month, as will we. So we use YNAB because I can take it anywhere with me. It's on the computer, it's on our phones. There is a yearly membership fee. To me, it's worth every single penny. Wherever we are, YNAB is with us. This is not a sponsored video, but I have had questions in the past wondering why we use a spreadsheet for our budgeting. And just for personal reasons, I don't like to show our actual YNAB like screenshots because it does have like some account information on there. So I transfer the information from there into a spreadsheet to share with all of you. Without further ado, here is the information that you technically came for. Hey friends, welcome back. Tiffany here. And if you are new to the channel, I do hope that you consider subscribing if you like what you see. We'd love to have you here. Today I have got our July 2017 budget recap or budget report card, or basically how we did in July. So I wanted to go ahead and share this with you. Our August budget went up earlier this week, so you can go ahead and take a look at that if you're curious to see what we have planned for August. Let me go ahead and jump right in for the month of July. In July, we did have a few events. We had my mom's birthday, a wedding. We were spending a week in Michigan for Will's paid vacation. I needed to get school supplies for Jackson. He's starting kindergarten. We had our 6-month auto insurance due, and I had dental work. So those were the things that I kind of had planned in mind. Let's go ahead and take a look and see how we did. For our like standard everyday monthly expenses that don't really change, our rent was right on, same with TV subscriptions, that's Hulu and Netflix. Our life insurance is the same every month. Our cell phone, I told you when I showed you the July budget earlier in the month that I accidentally paid it twice the month before, so we didn't have a cell phone bill in July. Our internet was the same, our electric was the same. So all of those don't really vary. Now our water, we did come in $16.97 under. Our sewer bill, we came in $2.04 under, so we saved a little bit there. The Adobe suite is the same every month. That's our subscription to Adobe, like editing software we use, the photo software that we use, all of that. We always have up-to-date software, which is nice. Our groceries, I knew we were going to be out of town, so we only budgeted $200. I was curious to see if we do it. And if you've been watching my budget videos for any amount of time, you know that the grocery budget is the one that gives us the most trouble. I estimated and budgeted for $200. We spent $315.22, which is still, I think, pretty phenomenal. So even though we were out of town, when we got back from being out of town, we had to stock up on all of our like perishable stuff. I didn't really think that one through, but that added up really quickly. So then our gasoline, I estimated $225 because I knew we were driving to Michigan. We spent $297.74. And that's because the kids and I took a very impromptu trip to Michigan, just them and I, for the 4th of July week. And it was not planned. Literally, I was sitting on the couch talking to my sister, and she was talking about all the 4th of July festivities they were going to be doing. And I was like, oh, I really miss family right now. And Will was like, just go. So the kids and I packed up that day, drove up, and we stayed for a week. That was an extra $72 in gas money, but it was totally worth it. We had a lot of fun. We did the parade that I grew up going to as a child. We went out to the lake. It was just a really good trip. Well worth the overspending as a summer splurge. Next, we've got our debt categories. Those were right on. Student loan, we sent our minimum of $193.87. Car loan, we sent our minimum of $216. Moving down to the categories that also give us trouble. These are our sinking funds. While we are paying off debt, I don't put money in the sinking funds typically. My reasoning behind that is because if there's money there, I feel like it's okay to spend it, which that's the theory behind a sinking fund. That's kind of true. But for me, if I have zero budgeted for a category, it's going to make me think a little bit harder before I actually spend money in that category. So it makes me think and only purchase things that I know we need, or maybe I have a bad judgment call and I buy it anyway. It kind of like puts that extra, do you really need this? You don't have money set aside for this. Is it worth having to pull from another category or going over budget? So that's my theory there while we're getting out of debt. Once we are more financially stable and kind of digging our way out of like our auto loan and student loans, I will definitely be putting money into the sinking funds every single month so that it is there and it is okay to spend. For the miscellaneous category, we spent $48.80. This included a parking pass for Will's new job. He did pick up a second job. It's part-time and it's temporary for about a 2-month run. He did need a parking pass for that. And then some eBay fees because I sold some stuff on eBay. For the kids, I did budget $100 for school supplies because I knew that was coming up. And I didn't know how much things were going to be. I didn't know if we were going to get them a lunchbox. They had backpacks from last year that they were reusing, but I just set $100 aside, figured that'll be good. Well, we spent $354, and a majority of that was we actually bought a new car seat for Alice. She was reaching the maximum weight requirement on her old convertible car seat. We got her a new one, and it's a Britax Frontier Click-Tight. We absolutely love it. We have the same exact seat for Jackson that we bought last July. Target had a deal where it was on sale, and I used my red card for 5% off, which is linked to our debit account. They gave you a $50 gift card. That was a big chunk of that. I also got their school supplies, and then we went to H&M and got Alice some basic capri leggings for the upcoming school year, just in solid colors to wear under her dresses, and we picked up Jackson a like lightweight zip-up hoodie. That's what was in the kids category this month. Household, we spent $137.60, none of which was budgeted, with Will picking up the second job, and then he got a bonus on his vacation paycheck. We bought some things that we had been kind of holding out on. So we got a new fan for the bedroom. The one that I had was on its last leg. Will was like, we're getting you a new fan. So we bought a new fan for the bedroom because I have to have a fan on at night for both the coldness and white noise. So that we got from Meijer. I bought some new bedroom sheets from Big Lots. And then Will got some dumbbells from Meijer as well, because he works out like 5 to 6 days a week. The dumbbells that we have, he wanted the next size up, so we picked some of those up. Clothing, we spent $111.28. Again, not originally budgeted for. Will needed new shoes badly. Like the ones he had they had holes in the bottom, and we went to that wedding in Michigan and it had rained that day. And so and it was an outdoor ceremony, and we were walking through like the wet grass, and he was walking funny, and I was like, what are you doing? He had holes in the soles of his shoes and his socks were getting wet. So I was like, it is time to get you some new shoes. He's extremely hard to shop for shoe wise. It typically takes us a few different stores. We were very fortunate. We went into one store yesterday and he got 2 pair of shoes, because I was like, they were buy one get one half off. So I told him, find something you like or a few things you like, buy a pair for now, buy a second pair half off, and put them in the closet for later. That's what we did. So we got him 2 pair of shoes that should last quite a while at this point. Personal care, $144.89. Like I mentioned, my husband works out. We got some more protein powder, some protein bars for him, also some like pre-workout Energize muscle recovery stuff. We stacked up on toiletries that I knew we would need, like the kids shampoo, deodorant, and just random stuff that I knew we would need. Some supplements that I take, as well as an iron supplement that I got from Amazon, and I will try and remember to link the Amazon iron supplement down below. I was recently diagnosed with anemia. Again, it kind of comes and goes in my life. The blood builder that I'm taking from Amazon has been a lifesaver, so it has really helped my iron levels go up. And then the other supplements are linked down in the description box as well. They're from a company called Modere. It's all natural, clean supplements, vegan, etc. So if that's something that interests you, check out the box down below. For medical and health, I had budgeted $540 for dental work I had to have done. I had to postpone it. The morning of my dental work, the entire night before, I had been suffering a horrible fever. It got up to almost 104. I haven't had a fever in, I can't even tell you how long, years and years. Here I felt like I was dying for like 4 days leading up to this, and then that fever just knocked me out. And so with dental work, they didn't want to risk getting them sick or etc. So we did postpone it. Because Will started his second job, I don't know when we're going to get that dental work in. It probably won't be until much later, or if I can find a time frame that works while the kids are in school, because otherwise Will works like all day and I don't have childcare. It's postponed for now. So that expense will creep up on us again in the next few months, most likely. For fun money, Will bought a Nintendo Switch game that he had wanted. It came in handy on the road trip that we took to Michigan. Him and Jackson have been playing. We don't splurge much, and that was something that he wanted to get. So he got that. Dining out,
we spent $95.10. When we did the traveling, the kids and I took that initial week-long trip without Will. We stopped at McDonald's and got like dollar menu stuff on the way up. On the 4th of July, we were watching fireworks with my sister and her 3 boys, and Burger King was like within walking distance, so I went and spent like $10 on like some dollar menu stuff for us to munch on while we were watching the fireworks. Pizza Hut on our way up as a family, driving from Kentucky to Michigan. We knew we were going to be hungry as we were driving through like where my in-laws live, and so I got on my phone and ordered Pizza Hut for pickup at a certain time when we would be driving through, because when you order on the mobile app, it was giving 50% off all mobile orders. So we got 2 large pizzas for like $16 or something. We picked that up, went to my in-laws, had dinner there, and then got back in the car and drove the rest of the way to my family's house. And then KFC, a picnic on the beach with my family, my mom, my dad, my sisters, all the nieces and nephews. Will, we got KFC and then went to the beach and the kids swam. And I will try and link that vlog here because Will buried Alice in the sand and made her into a mermaid, and she was super excited. And then just yesterday when we were out running errands, I mentioned we got Will's new shoes. We went and picked up like new sheets for the house and stuff. We went to Blaze Pizza, and that was like $24 for lunch for the 4 of us. That was our dining out experience for the month of July. And then our savings accounts. Because of the extra income coming in from Will's second job and some of the overtime he had been getting, we did fully fund our Xbox Scorpio like savings, because the new Xbox comes out in November. If you're not aware, my husband is a huge gamer. We're getting the new Xbox, and I told him as long as we can save for it over, before it comes, that's fine. So we fully funded the Xbox account, and we fully funded our Prime membership renewal, which is only like $105. I didn't want it to just like show up on my Amazon like account and us not have the money there. So that's not even due until October, but we have money set aside for that. So now we won't have to save for that over the next few months. Joint savings, we don't currently put any money into. Auto savings, as I mentioned at the beginning of this video, our 6-month car insurance was going to be due this month, and we still needed $150 set aside to fully fund that payment. So we fully funded that and paid for our 6-month car insurance. And then gift savings, my mom's birthday, the wedding, we already had some money set aside, and I split my mom's birthday gift, which I always forget this. I budgeted like X amount for birthday gifts, and then I always forget that I split with my sisters when we buy for like our shared family. I didn't need as much as necessary, so we actually only put like just over $30 into the gift account. Had that extra $20 just kind of go back into the budget. That's kind of what we looked at for July. It wasn't the best. It wasn't bad though, with all of the unexpected randomness and like, the car seat and all the stuff that we bought for the house and things that we had been putting off. I feel like we did pretty good. We were still, very conscious of what we were spending. We talked about our purchases before we made them. I feel pretty good about how July went, which is a big change over how I felt at the end of June with June's budget, because I felt like we failed all over the place. But I got a lot of lovely comments from a lot of you. You basically told me to stop it and to give myself a break. I did. I gave myself more grace in the month of July, and I feel like that made a big difference in the way that I perceived our spending. That's all I've got for you guys today. If you have questions or comments, definitely leave them down below. Let me know how you did in the month of July. I love hearing for those of you on a debt freedom journey, or those of you who are debt free and still budget monthly. I love to hear your successes as well. Until next time, I will see you later. Bye.